Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host Eben, and today we're back doing our beautiful 26,000 mile oil analysis results. That's right, 12 and a half months later on a 5-quart sump, and we're going to go over it right now. This is the 5.2 liter Dodge 5-quart capacity. This is the full list. You can read through everything here, but I'm going to summarize it very quickly to get to the main bullets. This engine has a little bit of wear on it. The engine has a little over 100,000 miles, and since it's such a small crankcase, it's very, very tough on the oil. And I believe the original oil that was in it was an OEM quality, and once you run an engine low on oil, you really start to wear it out. And I think this engine has quite a bit of wear on it from its original owner. So now Richard, the owner of the bakery, loves the truck. The truck runs great. However, there's going to be some residual wear from the way it was previously taken care of. I also want you to check out the video on this at 17,500 miles. So we actually checked this oil back about, 5-6 months ago. And we also changed the filter on this oil at about the 17,500 mile mark. And you can check out that video. It's right here in the corner. I want you to check it out right now. But I want to quick go over the rest of this report. So the iron, we got some other metals in here. Nothing too crazy, but definitely an older engine. This has nothing to do with really the oil. Coming on over to boron, that's starting to run low. As the oil breaks down, those levels are going to slowly decrease. The interval, 26,000 miles. Coming on over, the viscosity is in yellow, and that means it's getting a little bit thicker, and that's very common. But I want to give you an idea how thick that is. That's like going from a 30 to a 40 weight oil. So basically it's gone one viscosity grade thicker. So you can kind of bend your head around this. If you took like a regular motor oil that came in a car, like this Dodge, and you drove it 5,000 miles of the way this car is being driven, it would already be basically that thick. So as oil breaks down, it thickens, and its ability to be circulated gets much more difficult. And especially on cold starts. So when you have this thick oil, not only is it thickened from being heated up, oxidized, what that is carbon deposits form in the oil, and it's kind of like scratchy sandpaper. And when you cold start an engine in cold, you actually scratch the bearings every single time. Every cold start, it doesn't flow right away. So the great thing is about AMSOIL is we ran the AMSOIL oil filter, and the oil filter is good for 25,000 miles on this vehicle, and you'll see that in the video that I'm going to show you. Coming on over to base number, that's still good. That started at about 12, which Signature Series is a very, very high base number. That's the oil that was ran in this, AMSOIL Signature Series 10W30, and it's one of the most robust oils you can buy available, and that's what we are going to continue to run in the van. So it shows that this oil, you could actually still run it. If you really wanted to, you could have actually topped off the crankcase with another quart of fresh 1030 Signature. You could have changed the filter. The filter would help with some of these wear metals and stuff. That would help filter it and make it a little bit cleaner. It won't look quite as dirty. You see in the video where we change it, which I'll put at the end of this, and you'll see how it starts to get that sootiness, that little bit of dark, what would you call it, suspended particles. So basically it's amazing when you change your oil filter how it actually gets a lot of that crap out of the oil. So I recommend a lot of my really good subscribers, they're asking me even, God, I went 10,000 miles on my car. Should I keep running this stuff? And of course, you could easily keep running it, keep an eye on it. Of course, if there's any type of contamination like radiator coolant or something that's going into your oil, you're going to want to change it, get the problem fixed. But if there's none of that, you can basically change your filter and keep running this oil amazing amount of distance. So that's why I recommend, if you have a fleet like Richard, I recommend that before you just go 30 or 50,000 miles on a Sprinter van or do some sort of crazy mileage, get your toes wet, get familiarized with the way your specific vehicle's running, and do your filter changes early. That way you have 100% bulletproof filtration. The oil circulates right away on startup, and that's where about 80% of the wear on an engine occurs, is during the cold start. And the cold, it doesn't need to be cold. It's actually just the start after the next morning. So once your car sits overnight. So it's so important. And if you have any questions on any of this data, feel free to reach out to me. If you want to contact Oil Analyzers, you can give them a buzz. They're available. You can ask them questions about this. There's really not a whole lot to it. The biggest thing is, as the oil thickens, you will lose your gas mileage. So, you know, if you're running a fleet vehicle, sure, you can just keep changing the filter and topping it off, which I've heard some truck drivers have went good 100,000 miles or whatever on an oil change, and they just changed the filter. So, you know, there's a lot of different ideals with that, but I say it's experimental. I recommend you try that. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe, tap the little red symbol, hit the notification bell. That way you can come back and watch all this important information for your vehicle later. And I look forward to some of your comments, questions about this. And I'm going to go ahead and stick all the fluids we changed on the 2002 Happy Bread van. It's a Dodge 1500B van. All that information is going to be right up here in this playlist. Check it all out. And well, we got the giveaway coming up at the end of the month. That's Eben's giveaway. That is every last Saturday of every month. Next one, February 29th. It's going to be 11 a.m. live on the channel. So if you're around Saturday, you can watch it all go down. In November, we gave away $1,100 worth of stuff. Now we're doing about $200 a month, and it just keeps ramping up. And so there's lots of good prizes. So definitely do that. Share this video. Share it with a friend. Tag me. Send me a text. Let me know you shared it. My cell phone, 702-472-3614. And I'll be happy to save you my phone in the giveaway. I want to help out more people take better care of their cars. All right. Well, until next time, cheers to protection, protection, protection. Oh, and check out these two videos right here. These suckers. Watch them all. All right. We'll see ya.